Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another game for you. This one will be a 2 versus 2 and it will be on Monlyth Ridge. Nope, sorry, it's not Monlyth Ridge, it's Monlyth Ridge because there is no second O in mono on this map. Anyway, the teams are going to be LittleRedDot, the Red Terran. And so that will help since he's red, and his teammate will be haCkDeSaix, the blue Zerg player. haCkDeSaix, formerly known as Levels, and their opponents will be none other than Power, the purple Terran, and haCkProTech, the teal Zerg. The team on the right here, #1 overall, 2v2 arranged team, and the team on the left. LittleRedDot, I don't think I've actually cast any of his games before, and he's a Terran player, and he's all over the 2v2 ranking boards. He's like 6th, I think, on 2v2 random team, and him and haCkDeSaix haven't played that many games, but they're like 100 and something on the North American server. So high level Masters game coming your way. haCkDeSaix, as you guys know, plays random nowadays. At least lately, so he looks like went for a pretty late spawning pool here, and meanwhile ProTech going with a 10 pool, so ProTech's definitely going to have Zerglings out sooner. We'll see what haCkDeSaix decides to do, if he possibly is going for that 13 pool into Baneling's Nest that I've seen a lot of Zerg players do. That is quite effective as a more defensive opening, and we'll see what LittleRedDot tries to do. He does have his gas fully going now. He's about to hit 100 gas here. So we'll see if he decides to throw down a factory. That is definitely what I expect to see. He's pulling 2 SCVs to come down here. Looks like an interesting placement here. He's going to throw down another supply depot here. And then I expect to see a factory coming down right away, which, yeah. So interesting he would put a supply depot here. I think he's worried about Zerglings running right into his base instead of, I guess because he's a little behind on his gas. He can't go, he needs to get a Marine out here sooner. I thought he was going to go for a standard, oh, this SCV is getting caught. And the Marine is out just in time here to deflect this attack. Actually, haCkDeSaix bringing his Zerglings out and trapping a bunch of ProTechs. So ProTech losing a couple extra Zerglings there than he maybe normally would have, because haCkDeSaix was sneaky and just pinned him against the supply depot. And I was blabbing about here. I usually expect to see a reactor come out here, but the way LittleRedDot set his build up, he did not have enough for that reactor. So I expect to see one quick Hellion coming out of this factory, while this building now moves to create a reactor for a later swap there. I'm just telling you what I expect to see. As you notice, I have the factory highlighted as there goes the Hellion. I think he may have been supply blocked. Is that why it wasn't coming out? I'm not sure exactly. I don't think so. So anyway, I will stop speculating as to those little nuances as ProTech's going to run back up here. A couple of Zerglings there. So actually, no, it was not a Baneling's Nest. He went for roaches, or roach warren. So what point will we see? We do already have roaches out here for haCkDeSaix, wisely blocking off this ramp using hold position on those roaches. So the Hellions will not be able to get into his base, and Hellions will not be able to get into this base either. So left team playing it really defensive, as Power has gone for that Hellion build, and he's actually gone for a starport back here. So are we going to see, we do have siege tanks already on the way for Power, and we'll see if he does anything with this starport. You guys know Power normally loves to go with a bio-heavy build, and using a lot of drop play and whatnot to gain an advantage and surprise his opponents. And so we'll see what he decides to do there, if he goes for a medevac, because I don't see, still no tech lab going down in here, so probably not going to see some Banshees. And so yeah, it's pretty hard to go for siege tanks and Banshees, as that is super gas intensive build. So it looks like he's going to go for mostly Marines and siege tanks, and he has these couple of Hellions out here which he's going to abandon, I believe. And now throwing down bunkers at the front here to help defend the natural expansion. It looks like left team, though, thinking about making a push here, as now LittleRedDot is still making more Hellions. And he's doing a whole bunch of building swaps over here. He's going to be pumping Hellions, it looks like. He does have his Infernal Pre-Igniter nearing completion, and that could be a pretty powerful timing attack. These Marines and Zerglings will be vulnerable to the Hellions. However, these bunkers are going to prove to be a challenge. I think the left team, though, could run by here. It depends on how ProTech decides to use these roaches, which he has gone for. If you didn't notice that roach going down there. G means go in StarCraft, so here we go. We're going to see some sort of attack. haCkDeSaix with his lumbering, slow-ass roaches coming across the map and his super slow-ass Zerglings. And only 5 Hellions out here for LittleRedDot. He does have 2 more now on the way. Going to be coming in here, but these siege tanks are definitely going to ward this attack back. So great positioning here from Power. I think that some Hellions could have run by into Power's main right now, but a lot of casualties may be sustained trying to do that. So not sure if that's really worth it. Now Power throwing down a command center as well as 2 additional barracks here. Those were barracks. Yes, they were. So going to start transitioning into a bio build with some siege tank support. And ProTech throwing down this expansion here is about a 3rd wave finished. Scans going down, revealing the situation of the opponents. And I think basically that, I mean, he sees this expansion down here, so haCkDeSaix is going to go ahead and take his expansion. If he scanned there and saw no expansions being taken at all, you might be wary trying to expand right away, because you might think that Power and ProTech are all of a sudden going to evacuate these bunkers and push with siege tanks and just try and break them. Try and break them straight up, as these Hellions have quickly become quite useless in this game. And now it looks like some Hellions want to try and do some sort of run by. Is there a medevac to possibly do a liftoff into the base? That would be a really cool play right now. So a Hellion drop back here could do tons of damage to Power, but there is a starport out here, and the rally point is set way over here. So yes, it looks like I'm preemptively reading LittleRedDot's mind. Meanwhile, haCkDeSaix going for that Spire and some ground melee attack upgrades and some finally getting that Zergling speed. And so top team is going to be up against it. Here comes the Hellion drop from LittleRedDot, and they're dropping Infernal Pre-Igniter Hellions right into Power's mineral line, and he's losing quite a bit of SCVs here. The SCV's desperately trying to get away. Now going to turn around and try and fight here. There's a tank positioned pretty nicely. It's going to be able to clean up these Hellions. However, so many SCVs just died, and LittleRedDot is even able to save one of his Hellions there. A great harass, really putting Power on the back foot. Now if you want to check the units, I should check income, and oh man, Power's SCV count way behind. All of a sudden this command center not going to do much to lift off there, so Power's going to go ahead and just pump SCVs and mules off of this to try and get his economy back up to speed. But that was a great Hellion drop by LittleRedDot, and now he's actually quickly throwing down 2 refineries down here. I expect as soon as this upgrade completes, he will be lifting this command center off and landing down there and maynarding a whole bunch of SCVs down there. Everything's standard. And now going for some bio upgrades, even though he only has this 1 barracks. He only has 1 barracks, and he is starting to upgrade his bio. So definitely expect a bunch more barracks to be thrown down here pretty soon by LittleRedDot. Meanwhile, haCkDeSaix has been macroing up pretty hardcore here. He's got his infestation pit, and he does have these mutas out here now. So I expect him, actually, he's using these mutas to do some harassment here and gain some map control, and then going to transition in to the infestors. So I like that play here, and actually going to be upgrading the hive. So we could possibly see some Broodlords or even Ultralists later, and haCkDeSaix has been working on those melee upgrades a little bit, so possibly see some Broodlords, or possibly see some Ultralists. And now Mutalisks are going to be able to pick off some undefended tanks here. Power trying to run some Marines up here, but this tank is going to go down, and that's going to be so annoying. Running these Marines all over the place. He doesn't want to use a stim just to make Mutalisks run away and cost himself all of his hit points. So, still anyone's game at this point. If we check the income tab, Power is starting to get back up in here. Still way behind, though, from that Hellion drop. Look at LittleRedDot. So many minerals right now coming in. And ProTech, though, wow. Talk about droning, man. He has got some serious drone action going on. As, we're going to do some more backdoor sort of type of harassment of Power's base. as these siege tanks are going to siege up in a nice position back here, and the mutas are going to provide the vision and picking off some overlords as well. And now siege tanks are just going to blast away at Power's mineral line. He is in so much trouble right now, and it looks like he is the ProTech and Power are going to go ahead and try and counter and take advantage of the fact that all these siege tanks are out of position. So we'll see what they can do here. Keep in mind that this harass is going on, and oh, a nice fungal growth right there from haCkDeSaix, whittling down these roaches from ProTech quite a bit. ProTech though does have a couple of his own infestors, and major battle commencing right now, and LittleRedDot is just watching the battle. No APM there for a second, and ProTech now even going to throw out some infested Terrans here. And now LittleRedDot is bringing down some tanks, and I think he will be able to clean up this attack. This tank so nicely held there. This Spire in really an awkward position here, trying to prevent it from being scanned. Any base scanning going on. And there goes the infestors, so cleaned up there nicely by the left team. And the whole time that's going on, Power's base has been shelled away repeatedly, and now he's going to have to lift his command center off and move over here. So it looks like Power is going to have to go ahead and find a new home. This missile turret doing some damage to the Mutalisk, as ProTech coming in here using fungal growth on only a couple of mutas. That's not even going to kill them. They are going to get away. And now ProTech running into this siege fire right now may not be the best idea. He is not. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to take this out. And oh man, ProTech totally overcommitting right there and killing one siege tank and a bunch of Marines. But still, 3 siege tanks remain, and ProTech's army really getting whittled down. As what he really needs is some Zerglings to run around down here, or some mutas obviously. And he is continuing to pump out those roaches though, and going to go ahead and stream them right up in here. This time at least he is getting the roaches right up on the edge. And going to be able to kill these siege tanks, or this siege tank, or he's going to wait until that scan wears off possibly, and then run back there to kill that, as these Mutalisks have not been providing enough vision there. And so while I watch all that shenanigans, I don't want to miss anything crazy, as Power, it looks like, is taking out this rubble. However, haCkDeSaix knows about this, and it looks like these mutas are going to be chasing these Marines down and trying to get the surround now with the Zerglings. The Zerglings are going to get the surround, and haCkDeSaix is going to quickly take out that ball of mutas, or ball of Marines, and run away. Excuse me there, I'm all over the place. And now LittleRedDot steamrolling. I shouldn't say steamrolling. He is just rolling. He's not steamrolling yet. If he was obliterating a bunch of roaches and stuff on his way, he would be steamrolling. But for now, he is just rolling his way down here, and this command center is in a very precarious position. You like that vocabulary? And here we go. Another major engagement. Nice timing of the sieging by LittleRedDot. Going to go ahead and siege up 3 of these siege tanks and then continue crawling forward. So really doing a nice job of setting up there, and perfect timing on these siege tanks. And now LittleRedDot is going to say, oh, you wanted this base? Too bad. I'm going to take it, even though he's building his command center a little bit farther away from the mineral patches as you would normally expect. I'm sure he'll lift off and move that. Either that or he just doesn't even care. He's going to oversaturate it anyway. But now haCkDeSaix has defied my logic and has decided to continue getting mutas. They've been so effective. He's just going to go ahead and keep getting them. And ProTech really with nothing to counter that, just a bunch of roaches. So it's going to be up to Power to deal with the mutas. A nice fungal growth though from ProTech right there, doing a ton of damage to these Marines. And now going to try and roll in here, and it looks like the right team is going to easily clean up that battle. So nicely done there by the right team. A huge fungal growth. However, there are still a bunch of Mutalisks all over the place. haCkDeSaix trying to micro these Mutalisks effectively. However, with these spore crawlers here, that is going to be difficult. So really starting to suffer some losses as Power is stimming up and trying to chase these mutas all over the place. And now ProTech is going to be able to come in here, it looks like, and deny this base, as it won't have time to turn into a fortress or anything. And it's going to try and lift off though and get away, as ProTech will not be able to do any damage to it. Meanwhile, haCkDeSaix has taken out this base, or taken out this base. He has established this base. Man, I am off my game. And if I say however any more times this game, I swear to God, I'm going to choke. If I keep saying however, I probably will end up saying it like 5 more times. You see 3 Broodlords are morphing right now, 2 more Corruptors coming out for haCkDeSaix, so he definitely has decided Broodlords. He's finally taking advantage of that hive tech that he went for. And so the Broodlords are out, ladies and gentlemen. And those are going to provide a beautiful cover for all these units. Look at how many SCVs getting main-arted over here. And looks like left team is going to consolidate their forces. Meanwhile, right team is relegated to these couple of bases as Power has just been on the back foot the entire game, constantly getting harassed in this location. So well done there by the left team to keep Power at bay. And now it looks like they don't want to overcommit too much. They were thinking of pushing through the middle, but ProTech, meanwhile, is trying to... it looks like he may have gotten a fungal growth off on these mutas here to really whittle them down. And now Power and ProTech are going to push out. And so they're pushing out around the bottom, and the the left team is going to be pushing through the middle. And they don't know anything about this army down here. However, ProTech and Power have just scanned. And they know about this push, so they're going to go, whoa, 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 we need to fall back. And they're going to be in a bad position because all the siege tanks are in motion for Power. It looks like he is going to be able to get back here, though, in time to siege these siege tanks up. And Broodlords are going to lead the charge here for haCkDeSaix. Got to be careful not getting these Broodlords too far ahead, or Power will stim up and be able to take them out with some Marines. And he may try and do that, but haCkDeSaix, does he have any infestors left? I don't think he does have any infestors in this group. These Broodlords desperately trying to run away. The Marines have stimmed up and they're taking them out. Look at the fungal growth from ProTech to capture all the Broodlords. They're going to go down very, very quickly. It looks like the right team may actually be able to hold this attack off. Wow, this game is getting really intense right now. I keep forgetting to switch to APM at the start of the battle. haCkDeSaix is trying to morph in some more Broodlords. He's going to cancel that, realizing too many Marines on the ground. They will be able to prevent that from happening. So the battles have been really, really even. However, the left team definitely has the map control advantage, and now ProTech is going to run up here. He's going to see a planetary fortress at the high yield, and he's going to be like, oh man, I won't be able to take that out with just these roaches. So they're going to have to come up with some other solution for that. ProTech is continuing to make infestors. So I don't know what can the right team do about this planetary fortress right now. They can't allow that to stay up. Power though has an orbital command down here, and now there's going to be a major engagement. Siege tanks from both players sieging up at exactly the same time. However, LittleRedDot with a numbers advantage in the siege tank department. It looks like that could be the difference in this battle. Plus these units are a little bit late getting to the party. And oh no, it looks like ProTech and Power, look at the siege tanks from LittleRedDot just ripping up all of the roaches and Marines that streamed in here, and the right team is up against it now, as these siege tanks will easily be able to shell away at this. So Power is going to preemptively lift off this command center, and man, this is just the name of a war of attrition. However, it's a war of attrition with all kinds of action going on. Basically, the left team just has map control. They're denying expansions at every location from the right team. It looks like this base got taken out. I'm sorry, I think I missed that. I'm not sure what may have taken that out. Possibly some Zerglings or some roaches from ProTech. I'm not sure. I really have no idea what took that base out. But at the same time, there's going to be more engagements here. Continuing to try and creep forward is the left team. And oh man, look at the APM from these guys going absolutely berserk. haCkDeSaix is just like cruise control right now. He's like, whatever, I don't need APM to manage Broodlords. I can just click on one thing or another and all these Broodlings do all the work for me, as ProTech even losing a queen out here. And now Power, it looks like, has left the game, and ProTech has left the game. So wow, pretty exciting game right there. We didn't see a massive steamrolling of their bases, but they had nothing left. Even the natural expansion pretty much mined out now for ProTech. So with no bases left, no minerals left, the right team will be leaving. And so haCkDeSaix and LittleRedDot taking out the #1 ranked 2v2 team in the world. Nicely done there. Some really great play from the left team there. So at all kinds of different spots. There was so much action in this game. Very exciting. So thank you, Levels, also known as haCkDeSaix, for sending me this game. It was definitely a pleasure to cast. So that is going to do it for me. This is IrieStarcraft, and peace out.